guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today I will be talking about Gen Nutrients Premium Collagen Complex type 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. I'm doing the 60-day result and what difference that I feel regards skin, hair, and joints and all that stuff. So I feel like because the dose of this is much lower than my body was used to, even after 60 days of just using 3 caps of this, wasn't really the same. Although it does say that, you know, it's very potent and all that stuff, I don't really disagree with that. However, my body was actually consuming way more than the suggested one when I did it like in a separate way. Because what I used to use was, I used a 1 and 3. That was one like large capsule or tablet. And then I also added a separate collagen supplement, which is in a capsule. That was a type 2. With this one, it has type 5 and 10. And I just kind of wanted to experiment and see what's going on. So what I did notice is that I raised it up a little bit. So instead of 3, I tried using 4. It did help a little bit. The difference in regards to hair loss, my skin is not as dry, but that was also the case with just the regular dose. I did notice though that my joints in my hands were like, when I would wake up in the morning, it hurt really bad. So that one doesn't really help. If you have like joint problems or arthritis or something similar to that, that would be for like a type 2 collagen. So if you might have to raise the dose and not just use three capsules of these. They're rather small, as you can see, so it's way easier to swallow. However, for in regards to affordability, I would say raise it up a little bit, or maybe try to add an extra supplement that is just really type 2 collagen. I tried to incorporate that, and I also, this is what I've noticed. On the days that I do add the type 2, I feel fine. My hands don't feel bad. It doesn't have like that, like when you move it or not even move it, it has like that weird numbing kind of feeling. And it also like really hurts, like a weird, I can't even describe it, and I apologize for that. It's just my limitations in regards to being articulate is really is smaller due to my I have post-concussion syndrome, so it affects my speech a little bit in regards to that. So I apologize for that. Like, it's all up here, and it's just kind of having a hard time kind of getting computed and translated so that I can, you know, take it out verbally and explain that. Oh, I'm just gonna say pain, because I tested it and the added type 2. So I tested it, and I would take it 1 day or 2 days in a row, or 3 days or 4 days, and so on and so forth. And I would also take a day off in between. The days off that I don't, like, if I don't take it on a Monday, the following day I wake up and I'm in pain. Even when when I'm taking 4 of these, it still doesn't really help. So if you have that kind of symptom or issue, I would suggest you might either, if you enjoy this because everything else is working great, you might have to maybe try up until 6 capsules. I would really just suggest to just try and get a type 2, because it might not be economical in that way if you're just, you know, adding too much or too many capsules. I still have an extra bottle, so I will still be doing up to 90 days and see how it goes from there. So I'm still gonna document it. I'm still gonna record it and you know, share it with you guys, just to see maybe in 90 days It's very different and there's a lot of improvement, and I don't really need to just add a type, you know, an extra type 2 maybe. We shall see. But for now, for 60 days, the only thing that I can really see is that the shedding of my hair was not as much as when it was in 30 days. My skin isn't very dry, but it also, I do hydrate in regards to, I moisturize daily and my whole body. And I have a ton of plants in my home. I know not here yet. I'm planning on like getting this taken care of when the time comes. And I do attribute it to that. You know, where I live and my home is centralized cold and hot. So regardless of the time of the year or the season, it's always going to be drying on our skin. And when I didn't add any plants into my home, I noticed that the static was incredibly horrible, like for everybody. Also, my skin was really like super dry no matter what I used. I had to use body butter twice a day. Twice a day. Usually body butter you use like once a day. I had to use twice a day. So now I've noticed a lot too, incorporating not just this, but adding a lot of plants. And if you haven't yet, you know, I did do a plant collection back in December 2019, and I do plan on doing that every year just so I can document for myself and anybody else out there that's interested and love to look at plants and what has happened in a year and things like that. That's what I like. I like looking at other people's like plant collection or their plant. What would that be? Plant tour or something like that. And I really love it when they do update it. You know, when they have like a good amount of addition, of course, which I plan to do. So there you have it. I think that also kind of helps. So if you have more of a dry skin kind of situation and you want to implement more hydration, I mean, if this doesn't help it all the way, you don't have to overdo it. And the moisturizing is just not helping as well. I would suggest add plants in your home, and one plant is not going to help, especially like a small plant. You would need a lot of plants, to be honest. I have a ton of plants now. I really don't know the real number. I have a lot of plants, and to me that does help. And I have plants in my bedroom. I have plants in where we usually hang out, and other rooms in the house, which are more the popular rooms that, you know, a lot of us really gravitate towards too. That's what I kind of focus on. And also anything that has natural lighting, which would be a window. I try to do that. I have been thinking of putting one or a few in my son's room, but my son is only 2 years old. So that might be kind of hard to do, and I don't want the plant to have a really bad accident in a sense. So I'm trying to avoid his room. But everything else, I'm gonna try and incorporate a plant or a ton of plants. A ton of plants, as much as I can. So that's what I've been doing. And I don't wanna encourage you guys to purchase this and expect, you know, the world. So just so you know, that's what I have been doing. And I think the combination of that really does help. Because it says support joint health, revitalizes skin, promotes healthy hair and nails. I gotta say though, my nails using this have been incredibly thick and super strong. Like I noticed my nails from my nails before taking this, huge difference. So if you, this is really great from now after taking 60 days. This is really great when you're battling more, you have brittle nails, your hair is falling out a lot more. That would be the secondary. And then the third would be the skin, or it could be together with hair and skin. But when it comes to like joint health and things like that, I don't know if you need to take this a little higher in dose. You need a supplement, or you need to keep going and wait, because they always say it's not overnight, and depending on the dose you take, it can take a few weeks to several weeks. From my personal experience, the higher the dose, the quicker my body does respond. So if you want to try that out, but I would take it gradually. Like, I don't give it a few days to a week. So if you want to start with 3, and in 7 days nothing happens, if you want to add another 1, and then day 8 to day 14, and so on and so forth. That's what I would suggest. And don't take too much, because you know, at a certain point, it's not going to be good for your body. If it's anything excessive, is never good for your body. So I've only tried 4. I cannot recommend doing more than that, because I've never tried it. I did go back to just 3, because I just didn't I didn't really see a big difference, honestly. So I just kind of felt like I might have been just wasting it in a sense. So I went back to 3. So if you want to try, that's fine. And to be quite honest, I did have a really high dose when it was separate. The type 1 and 3, and that one, I didn't double it for sure. So I don't really suggest you do that. But I would say everybody is different. Everybody is, you know, built differently, responds differently. Your whole personal environment is always going to be different. So everybody is going to have a different result, in a sense, like a little bit here and there. So I would suggest pay attention to what you're doing. Maybe have like a notebook or a journal and see what you've noticed in day 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. And when you hit a specific goal, you can either stick to that, but I would still really suggest you put a journal with you. That's what I do. I do that so that I can share it and capsule it with my videos. I can rewatch it when I need to, when I'm doing my own research. And I can say, oh, this is what I said. And that's fresh anyway. For me, everything, when I'm putting it in a video, everything is fresh. Everything is just right there. So it doesn't matter what I can remember, because now my memory is awful, or whatever I'm writing in the journal. You know, sometimes I misplace that and I lose it. But because I put this on YouTube and it's there forever, unless I delete it, which I'm not going to, I can always go back. Like, I do that with a lot of my videos, and that is why I started my channel, so that I don't really forget anything. So would I recommend this product, this brand? I do. And for its price, it really is worth the money if you want to try and dip yourself in collagen. I would give it 3 out of 5 stars due to the fact that it's been 60 days, and I think it could be a lot better, but it's not there yet. So, but it's okay. It's not like, I mean, there is a big difference between day 0 or prior to day 1 to versus day 60 or right after day 60. There is a big difference. So that's why I'm giving it a 3. I still would recommend it, and the link is down below if you're interested in trying it out. Thanks guys, and I hope you enjoyed my video. You're gonna hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and of course the bell, so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. Also, if you guys have any questions, suggestions, comments, anything. I'm not an expert in this. I'm just sharing you guys my personal experience. So if you're an expert, you know a lot more than I do, let me know down below. I love hearing everything that I don't even know. I love learning things every day. Let me know down below if you want to talk about it, you want to share your experience. Let's do that, because my channel really is more on regards to information and education, and educating anybody and sharing my personal experience. So if you want to share yours, let's do that down below as well. I love hearing from you guys.
my day.